All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock markets so we can get a better idea and some security in exchange. Welcome to the Exchange Show. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. This is another episode of The Exchange. So, today we're going to start out with some news because next week is a lot of news. It's really, really heavy. If you're going to be investing on your own, if you're going to be trading stocks on your own, there's a lot of stuff you need to know for next week. Of course, I'm not going to waste your time, so let's get into it. First and foremost, you're going to have housing news, jobless reports, and consumer confidence. That's coming out on Tuesday. Next, on Wednesday, you're going to have housing news because you're going to have mortgage applications. You're going to have a Fed talking, and then you're going to have employment wages. All right. That's not even the top because on Thursday, you got jobless claims coming in, and you're going to have the manufactured PMI. There's still more. Friday, you're going to have one of the biggest days. All right. If Thursday wasn't enough, because usually jobless claims push the market really heavy, you got Tuesday for that. You got Thursday for jobless. But then on Friday, you got unemployment and you got non-farm payroll. So I'm just going to say this. Be careful if you're going to be out here in these streets, trading these stocks, doing investments, and doing short terms or swings. I'm be honest with you, I'm not doing shit. I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines and watching. So let's go over what we had last week. Last week we talked about United Airlines. At this point, we are now going into that nice downtrend. So we saw a rejection here from the $43 area. We are still looking for it to come down to what? That $32 range. Now, I don't mind United Airlines. Travel sector is going to be great, but at this time, they're taking an L. So let's go to our next one, and that's talking about Norwegian Cruise Lines. So Norwegian Cruise Line popped up last week. It's another travel sector stock, and right now it's showing a little bit of rejection coming down, and that's pretty good. Only because this candle here that just popped up for this week, that's its pullback. I'm hoping that's all the pullback it has because I would love to see it continue this trend and then bounce off either this $12 area or go down to that $11 area. At that point, remember, you're still going to complete this M pattern. So we have an M pattern and we want to see it completed. After that, I'm looking for a reversal up. All I would do is then, and this is important, not you, do your own due diligence, I would look for a call that would go up until its last high, which would be $21. So that's just me. You do what you want to do. Next, I got SoFi because I was interested in SoFi a while ago, and let's just say it's been nice. It's been coming back down. Now, the thing about it is this. It's coming down to a very important area. First of all, it's in a demand area. I want to see it come down further to this area here, that $6.90 something or $6.80 something range. If it comes to that area or that 677, which is a very big and crucial support for SoFi, I would look to buy from me. Now, if you want to hold more, you want to go all the way down, there is a small gap, and we're going to make sure we mark that because I didn't mark it. I thought I did. It's a very small gap down here in a buy zone. I think I had this marked out a long time ago. So that is a small gap down here at the $5.60 range. You can do it what you want, but hey, look, there's no point in trying to catch the falling knife. It's already going down. It's all good. So let's talk about one more thing, and that's about all of those ETFs that were just approved for the Bitcoins. So here we go. ARKB. Yeah, it's still down. So let's go to the hour. It's it ain't doing much. But right here, that $40.38 range. So the only reason I'm doing this in the hour is because there really is no data. So right there, I see that it had a bounce. Not once, but twice. And if you look, this is important. Let me make this a bit bigger for you guys. Here's our hour. This right here gave me a signal down here. This gave me a signal down here as well in my indicator. That means I just got a double touch, or this could be a W pattern. The thing about it is there's no real way to say, hey, it's going to go here. It's going to go there. It's going to go anywhere. All I can say is I'm looking around this area here, that $42 range. If you want to start playing it, I'm going to give this time to start working itself out. For me, these brand new ones, they don't have enough history for me to make really good decisions off of. But at the most, I'm going to just do some support and resistance based off of the hourly chart for them. And if you really want some more, go into like the smaller time frames, like the 15, maybe. I would just go to the 15. The 5 is probably going to be a little bit too hectic. But let's go into the next one. The next one that we talked about last week was iBit, and that was from iShares. That's also another Bitcoin ETF. So we did some charting here. As you can see, throughout the week, it got ugly, but it gave us that same signal. That same signal is now in 2 of these Bitcoin ETFs, that double bottom. So is it going to come up and go to these other areas? That's a good question. I can't tell you. I'm not going to lie. Bitcoin's acting weird, so I would just give it time. So now we're going to go into some that have already been around for a while. We're going to go to Grayscale, and that's GBTC. Here we go. So Grayscale's been around for a while. Let's go to the weekly. We can have some more. Oh, look at that history. So we got some history here. We're in the weekly. I'm going to make that there. If it goes past where it is at its last current high, the last current high was over here at 41 and change. 41. Ooh, it topped out at 43, 44. And then it pulled back. So it's a strong rejection from there. If it breaks that last $43 range, I'm looking for 52. So that's the way I can give myself some expectations. And of course, you can trade this with any kind of broker that you're with, as long as it's a stock ETF. That's what this will fall under, an ETF, and you'll be good to go. Now, there is one more. So BITO has a lot of history with it as well. So with BITO, this is with ProShares. This has been around a good long while too. I am still looking for it. It's just pretty much filled that gap. I'm looking for it now to start reversing up. It is at $20. If you're looking for this as well, I would look for it to go to the $23.71 range if it breaks that $23.71 range. Because if you look here, we had a very strong rejection candle right there. All right, that's a very strong rejection candle. I'm just going to be patient. I'm not going to say it's going to do anything, but I'm looking to see it bounce from where it's at currently because it filled its gap. So I'm going to get rid of this now. That's been filled. And you can look, see right across the line from here to these, that one tail to these 2 tails on the top, it's already filled. So the thing is this going to be a good rejection candle? Is this going to be a bullish candle? So if you don't know about candles, look them up. This could be a bullish candle continuous up to that $23.71 range. So for this week, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the following. We're going to go to the financial sector, and we're going to do a 1 ETF. So this is XLF. If you've ever looked at XLF, you'll notice that it usually stays around the $30 range, and it's been there for a good while. All right, it's been there since 2022 in the $30-something range, and that $10 range is bouncing back and forth. At this point, it is at a current top of the range in the weekly time frame. I'm looking for it to do a slight pullback, very, very slight. And when I say that, the only reason I'm saying it is because you have history there. So it looked like it could have just did it. And now it may be considering going up further. So where would it go? Well, we're going to just go to the left, and we're going to make our, let's see, oh, that was a nice one there. And there. So $38, maybe the next stop, and then $40 after that. Now, if you haven't looked at something called seasonal trading, you should try it. Okay, seasonal trading can help you a lot, but I would not mind it coming down to, let's see, around this area here, and this would be the $35 range for a pullback, and then a continuation up. All right, now there's 2 more I want to go over ticker wise, and this is TNA. So this is the small cap. So if you're interested in like IWM or some of the other small cap stocks, this one is a 3 times your money small cap stock, and it's only at $34. So if you're doing calls or puts, it may be a little bit cheaper than IWM, and it has the same kind of history if you're looking at it. So let's go in. We currently are in a range. Let's go here, and we got some more stuff here. Let's move this down. Then we have some more. All right, here. So currently we're within a range between that $45, and actually I'm gonna move that up some. Actually, I'm gonna put another one because this area right here also needs a support resistance. There. So we're looking for it to either break or test that $45. That would continue the range it's in. If it breaks that $45, we're looking for $55 and change. And of course, you can see on the side, 65 would be next. So it pretty much is going in $10 increments if you've noticed the support and resistance. So the last thing we're going to look at is good old-fashioned Wayfair. So this is going to be something that you may look at, but if you notice, it looks almost exactly like the last ticker we talked about, TNA. So this is also going to get some support and resistance. So we got one there. We got one. Oh, that was actually pretty nice. Thank you, copy paste. Do another one. And here. And let's do one more right over here. There we go. So right now we're in a range here. All these small caps are in a range. Wayfair may not be considered a small cap, but is a consumer, I want to say discretionary. This one may do a breakout as well, but we're going to give it some time so it can prove itself to us. So it's